Vital point at Wolves last week to make sure of Chelsea going back to the First Division. A chance for them to show a bit of style, really, in relaxed fashion, a tailpiece to a memorable season. One youngster who'll never forget the end of this season, I'm sure, it's Tommy Langley, who scored that vital point-winning goal last Saturday at Molineux. And what about the old campaigner, Peter Bonetti, the goalkeeper? It must be marvellous for him to go back into the First Division after all these years. Hull come with a side that's always been just beyond the clutches of relegation, now without the injured Billy Bremner, who steadied them so well for most of the season. Big problem all along has been a lack of convincing firepower, but in other ways they seem a well-organised side, and manager John Kay has settled on a youngster, young Rob MacDonald here, an 18-year-old Scot now playing only his third game. The referee today, Reg Robinson, he comes from Norwich. He refereed the West Ham Derby game last week. And the crowd, look at it, astonishing, 43,000.
So here we go then. The Chelsea celebrations already underway. Let's see if they can finish them off in style against Hull City today. Chelsea in the all-blue strip, of course, attacking the goal to our right. Hull in all white. At this moment lying 14th in the table, so no fears whatsoever of being at the wrong end of the table. Astonishingly large crowd here for a match with really nothing vital hanging on it. But plenty here who just want to join in those Chelsea celebrations. Steve Wicks, the number 5. The number 10 is Rob MacDonald. Galvin for Hull. To Vries. Galvin. He's got himself into a shooting position here, and it called for a good save from Bonetti. Galvin worked his way into a good position for that right foot shot, hit it well, and the fists of Bonetti did the rest. Corner then for Hull. Bringing Dave Roberts up, the number 6. And also the number 5, Stuart Croft. There's Roberts. Again, his career just down the road at Fulham. Long cross. In fact, it might reach Roberts, but another fair-haired fellow was just that little bit bigger, Steve Wicks. Crossed in again by Lord. Bonetti's catch. Now Wilkins. He's slipped Daniel. He's got Langley and he's got Britton up. And he's lost his way. Quarter of an hour gone, still no score. And Wicks back to Bonetti. Indeed, you're tempted to say that most of the excitement came before the kick-off. Certainly so far as the first quarter of an hour is concerned. Cook, now to Locke. Now for Langley. This looks better for Chelsea. Wilkins on the far, rather, Britton on the far side. Good running by Langley. And touched in! By Steve Finiston. Whelan, no chance at all, exposed cruelly by his defence. But a great run again by Tommy Langley, a young man who it seems can do no wrong at the moment. There he is in the centre. The run by Langley that always had Hull under pressure as he came towards that 6-yard area. And as he turned the ball inside, in fact it was no more than a mere touch, applied by Finiston, making his 24th goal of the season and giving Chelsea the lead with 16 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Hull City 0, and it's that man again, Steve Finiston. And the man who made it, Tommy Langley, a young man who, I say, can do no wrong at the moment. Wilkins for Chelsea. Outside of the boot, and what about that for a pass to Langley? Played in there, oh my goodness, De Vries very nearly put it into his own goal. What a brilliant and exciting piece of football that was. Here's the corner, taken by Britton. Wicks is right up there, gets the header in, goal kick. Harris there first. Suddenly slipped Harris. Now can Hull get the equaliser here? Oh, penalty surely. How on earth could that not have been a penalty? Well, that's the most blatant penalty I think I've seen for a long time. Maybe the referee was unsighted, but Hull can feel very aggrieved that they weren't given that penalty when Sunley was brought down there. As it is, they've got a corner. And Wicks getting it away at the second attempt, but only then as far as Lord. Cook getting it away now. This summer for the Los Angeles Aztecs. Broken arm in training last season for them. Let's hope he has better luck this time, Charlie Cook. Here he is again, Cook. A nice little touch for Britain this time. Lock. Back for Cook again. That's a lovely ball there, played towards Finiston. That was a beautiful cross there by Charlie Cook. Ball was curling into the position that Finiston wanted, and he got there just a fraction before the Hull defender, but the Hull defender did enough to force Finiston to put it wide. Wicks for the header. A throw to Hull. Strange ball by Locke in the first place. Nisbet with it. Played for Sunley. Short for Lord. Turned by Galvin. And a half chance was there. Come to him quite as he wanted. Bouncing just that little bit awkwardly. Goal kick then to Chelsea. There goes the whistle then for half-time. Well, Chelsea at least getting a very good goal made for them by Tommy Langley and scored for them, in fact, inevitably, it seems these days, by Steve Finiston. Hull, who battled away a bit, and I think probably could quite rightly say that they should have had a penalty just before half-time when Dave Sunley was brought down, but the referee thought otherwise. Well, that's the half-time situation. Still a good deal to come on the big match this afternoon, of course. A half-time score at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Hull City 0. To Stamford Bridge, Chelsea leading by a goal to 0 in this second division game against Hull City. Hull in the white strip now, attacking the goal to our right. They've only scored one goal, Hull City, in 11 visits to Stamford Bridge. And the first of those visits was in 1905, September the 11th, the first game ever that Chelsea played at Stamford Bridge. The result that day, in fact, was 5-1, the day that Hull scored their only goal here. Chelsea unbeaten at home in the league. Free kick taken by Dave Roberts. Here's Galvin. Hull, in fact, have only had one win away in the second division this season. They don't travel awfully well. That was away down in Plymouth about a month ago. Free kick now to Chelsea. Finiston. Oh, what a flick there by Finiston now for Locke, charging into the area, and Roberts has gone with him. Goal kick. Scattered a few photographers, but a lovely rippling run down the right there by Chelsea. A little back heel by Finiston being the thing that made it. It's a long ball forward. Harris stopping Sunley. And Sparrow to Locke. Lewington. Headed on nicely for Langley. Combining again with Langley. Finiston waiting in the middle if Langley can get it over. Oh, and it's there! Finiston, number 2. Well, it's the old combination again. Finiston and Langley. Here's Langley. And here's Finiston. As that move went roaring down the right, with Finiston making a great run into that Hull City penalty area. A low cross eluding the Hull defenders, but not Finiston. Almost a reaction there as he knocked it in. Chelsea 2, Hull City 0. And that brings him now to 25. And again, the man who made it, Tommy Langley. Ignore the mindless people who see fit to run onto the field and concentrate on the players. Charlie Cook here. And Chelsea now beginning to celebrate. They needed that second goal to keep the celebrations going. Mastermind. So the shed is resounding to the noise that greets that second goal. Suddenly, right here now for Galvin, and now for young McDonald. Post again there for Haig. Can he get it in? No, he can't. Croft shot is going to hit it. And Benetti down, as both Haig and Galvin were in on him. Should there have been the slightest mistake. A smile all round, which is nice to see. And Hull with more than a half chance there, really. And nobody really could quite find the shot that would count. Free kick to Chelsea. Jump by Roberts. Nisbet playing it forward, hopefully, but Sparrow is there. No, he's got a chase to get it again. Nisbet did well there. Found Sunley, and Sunley's pass wasn't quite good enough, but he's got another chance, and this time he's found Nisbet. And nobody there to take that useful-looking ball as it came into the Chelsea penalty area. Britain. 20 minutes to go. Wilkins forward now for Langley again. What a pass again it is by... oh, my goodness! Wilkins is applauding his young number 11 as hard as he can go. He stopped just as we cut to him. But what a ball it was again by Ray Wilkins. Beautifully flighted and curved into the path of Tommy Langley. And he took it and hit, but hit it just a matter of inches too high. Tommy Langley's been quite a revelation in these last three or four matches. And it took a lot of courage, I would have thought, by manager Eddie McCready to drop the likes of Ken Swain and Gary Stanley and bring in young Tommy Langley and Charlie Cook to steady up the boat as the crisis began to develop, and it certainly worked. And here's Cook. What a job he's done in this last month. Langley. De Vries. 10 minutes. Free kick. Oh, Locke and Galvin getting sorted out there, and Wicks going right in there, and Hull reacting as well. And the need for the referee to get in very quickly there to stop that stupidity. Well, it's Galvin and Locke who were involved in the first place. He's calling Galvin to him. And if he calls Galvin to him, he's got to call Locke as well. And there are some young idiots on the ground being booed by the more responsible fans. And if this goes on, there's going to be a real danger that this game is going to be held up for quite some considerable time. In fact, the Hull players are already going off the field, and referee Reg Robinson is calling the players off the field. And the rest of the Chelsea fans are shouting off, off, off. They've got a bit of sense, even if the people you can see on the pitch have not. One player left on the field at the moment, I think. Oh, two, yeah, three. Wicks and Cook, and the Hull goalkeeper, Jeff Whelans. Cook, Jeff Whelans. And look at the Chelsea chairman on the left there, Brian Mears, with the Chelsea secretary, Chris Matthews, on the left. One of the rare lady secretaries in the Football League. They've obviously made some sort of public announcement. Are out again, with on my watch about 8 minutes to go. And some horses, in fact, coming round behind in front of the shed. The mounted police adding their strength to this situation. Well, where did it all start? Oh, it starts with a free kick. There was a free kick from that incident involving Locke and Galvin. And Roger de Vries with it, curling it in towards Haig. Roberts right in there, Wicks getting it away. Galvin, and a corner for Hull. And just look at those spectators behind that goal. The police are going to have quite a job containing them. There's a wire fence around there, but I just wonder how long that's going to survive. Corner taken. Galvin. Lord with the backward header. Harris thumping it away. Langley. Britton. Wilkins. Chipped in again there. Look at that run by Britton. Oh, a brilliant goal. And they're on again. But that again was Ray Wilkins. A brilliant ball played by him. Ian Britton running onto it. Checked himself for just a moment. And then played it under Whelans into the net for Chelsea's third goal. So yet again, the players have left the field. And Eddie McCready, the Chelsea manager in the centre there, you can see with the dark glasses. The referee, Reg Robinson, as well. Well, it's a classic case of gate crashers spoiling a party. And now Eddie McCready telling the shed to stay quiet. two things to the crowd there. Didn't hear it terribly well myself through the loudspeaker, but I think the inference was absolutely clear, and that is that he wants the crowd to stay where they are and let the game, the last 5 minutes of the game, finish. So Eddie McCready has done his bit, and now we're going to go back to the action. Well, now let's see if we can make some sense of all this chaos. About 5 minutes to go, though my watch has gone ticking on. It was about 5 minutes, I think, when Britain scored that last goal. Lord turning it in, Lewington nodding it away. And back to Benetti. Langley for Chelsea. Oh, Britain in a lot of space on the far side. Finiston through the middle. He's offside. It's in the back of the net, but it will not count. Linesman flagging on the far side. Croft with the free kick. Crossed in there towards Haig, nodded back down there. He claims it was handball by Cook, but the referee said it wasn't. And here's Sparrow. Long ball out here to Britain. With that stoppage, goodness knows how much time there is to go. But here's Finiston. Will he have time? Oh! Well, that was... What's he given now? He's given a penalty? What an extraordinary thing. Because he walked away from it, changed his mind and gave a penalty. Now, whether that was on what the linesman indicated to him, I wouldn't know. A clash there with Finiston. Down went the Chelsea number 9. And Steve Finiston might well be given the chance from this penalty spot to score a hat-trick. Well, nothing much has gone Hull's way today. They should certainly have had a penalty there in the first half. Now they've conceded one here in the second half. Now, is it going to be a hat-trick for Steve Finiston? Jeff Whelan's not yet on his goal line, but now he is. And Finiston one kick away from a hat-trick. And he's got it! This remarkable man keeps going in a remarkable season when he brings his total to 26 and completes the last game of the season for Chelsea in the last minutes of it with a hat-trick from the penalty spot. Hit powerfully, giving Whelans no chance. Chelsea 4, Hull 0, and that really is the way to celebrate. A hat-trick as you go up into the First Division. Wicks, Sparrow. And Wicks back to keeper Benetti. Whistle's gone, and look at them sprinting in there to try and beat the players in. Someone's been bowled over on the ground there. The linesman engulfed on this side by the crowds as they came swarming in. And some of the players just about getting down to the tunnel. And I think the referee decided that he'd blow that whistle when the play was on that side of the field and make a life or death sprint for the tunnel. 3 goals for Steve Finiston, 1 for Ian Britton, 4 for Chelsea, and what better way from them to say farewell to the second division.